to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back with a pick a card reading for you today. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all of your beautiful comments. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and dropped your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Make sure that you check your notifications. Make sure that you're keeping an eye on them because I'm going to be drawing a name and I will be notifying you through the comment section, but I give you very clear indications that it's me, and I give you very clear instructions on how to reach back out to me if you were chosen the winner. So be sure to do that. And if you have found yourself here for the very first time, I do pick a card readings on this channel. I like to release at least 4 times a week, so be sure to check back often. If this doesn't resonate with you, there may be another video on my list that does. But today's pick a card reading is all about who is obsessed with you? Who is your secret admirer? So please pull up, get cozy. We're going to have a little chat today, and we're all friends when we gather around my table. So I like to keep this environment to be optimistic and positive. And I really appreciate all of the people in my comment section who help to maintain that. So thank you guys so much. So 3 piles to choose from today. Who is your secret admirer? Who is watching you? Who holds secret feelings for you at this time? And what capacity or what role do they play in your life at this moment? We have 3 piles. Pile number 1 with the lapis lazuli and the pizza slice. Pile number 2 with the red jasper and the page of sweets, so the cupcake. Pile number 2 with the yellow jasper and the bacon, the constant here. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, we're talking about who is obsessed with you, who is your secret admirer today. Pile 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the lapis lazuli and to the slice, and this is your reading. Who is your secret admirer? The slice, I always think about temptation with pizza. There's this aspect about something that completes. When I have 1 pizza slice, I want to fill up the whole pie. So there's this feeling about completeness. This is also the magician energy from this food tarot. And so there's an aspect of somebody who could perhaps maintain a position of authority or a position of control in our lives in some way. But there's like a temptation surrounding this aspect, a temptation surrounding communicating how I feel. And there is an emphasis on communication. So there could be even a work realm connection here that we're talking about, but we're going to get into that in a moment. So who is this person? How do they feel about you? Who is your secret admirer? For pile number 1, please. This could be the type of person that really does try to maintain control in their environment, because I felt a sense of going to the gym. So this could be somebody who's perhaps related to your gym realm, so take that as it resonates. I am dealing with collective energy, so if it doesn't resonate with you, you can try a different pile, but please take the messages as they resonate to your situation. We have the High Priestess and the Moon, Scorpio energy coming out with the High Priestess. So this person is definitely keeping you at arm's length when it comes to clarifying how they feel. They're watching from the distance, and there could be a lot of different reasons why they're keeping space between the two of you. I'm getting a loyalty energy. It's like loyalty is being tested. And they're just sort of really afraid of what this temptation could lead to. It's like when we tempt ourselves with one thing, it can lead to another thing and another thing and another thing. We have here the 4 of Wands. Who is your secret admirer? The 10 of Pentacles. This person could be a little bit older than you. We have the Emperor coming out with the 7 of Swords reversed, and they're afraid to get caught for their feelings. Now, the 10 of Pentacles can indicate a work realm connection here. It could also indicate investments for you or this person, so investments in the home realm. They're concerned about that. I just saw the 4 of Pentacles. They're concerned about having 1 foot in one realm and 1 foot in this realm of attraction to you. And they're worried about getting caught. We have the Lovers. Back of the deck is the Page of Wands and the Tower. Oh my goodness, this is really heavy energy, pile 1, and I can't ignore the fact that this person could be committed. Maybe you're committed, but it's like regardless of what these practical things are or the environment, Spirit says that they're very thirsty for you and they're very, very curious, but they're like, the price tag of that curiosity could be huge. Now there's the 9 of Pentacles. There definitely could be a work realm connection here because you distract them in an environment where they invest. So you distract them here, at home, at work. You're a distractant. And it's been like that for a while. I feel like for some, this has been a couple of years of this person really being your secret admirer. Again, they could be a boss. For instance, it's like they hold a position of authority. This person could also be a father figure, so please take that as it resonates. And I feel like they have darker hair, if that resonates with anyone out there as well, like brown hair. And I know that that's very generic, but I'm just getting a sense of earth energy with them at this time as well. So we have Taurus, we have Gemini energy here as well, and Scorpio. The Lovers is speaking about deep attraction, but also some type of temptation surrounding you. Could be a moral choice that they feel like they have to make, but they feel it's not just attraction. They feel connected to you. Like there could be a flirtation cycle here. They really look to you like you're, even if they are your boss, for instance, even if they hold a position over you or authority position, they still look at you as like an equal energy. We have the Tower again. It's like they don't want to burn bridges. They don't want to create upheaval. They're afraid of that. They've invested a long time into what they've invested into, but it's like they still can't help but have this crush on you. They can't help but have this feeling for you. And I am getting a sense of military energy for someone, not for all, but even he's dressed as a little military person. Hand on hip. I feel like the attraction almost frustrates them in the environment that they know you because there's a jealousy associated with it. They don't like to see you communicating with other people. And they can't do anything about it because they can't express that. We have the Knight of Wands, fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You inspire this person to step outside of the realm of what they should be stepping outside of. It's like they want to be impulsive with you. They don't want to hold back. They don't want to have to worry about this consequence, although it is a very real looming consequence, which is why they are very passive. You can see the Emperor's, he's not just seated, but he's upside down. Worried that he perhaps is going to fall off that throne and be dethroned if he's caught. But there's a pressure that's building too. It's like we only have so much energy that we can apply to situations. We can't apply all the energy to holding ourselves on this throne and giving over to all this pressure that they feel. But they've held back a lot from you. I feel like they've liked you for a really long time. But there's the Eight of Swords. Now, it's not that they are actually stuck, because these swords are tiny. They can walk away, but her jacket is all striped with red. And I think about barbershop poles, and I think of the fear of loss with that energy. And so this windmill energy is about sort of a tower that's attached to this wheel. It's like something, the tower is what they're stuck in. The tower is this wheel of fortune that is in limbo until they make a decision to enter out of it. But they may not. Here's the Four of Pentacles, and here is the Chariot. Supporting the Four of Pentacles, this person has liked you for years, at least 3 or 4 years. This person has had a crush on you, and they think so. It's like the more they know you, the more highly they think of you. But they feel like they are being pulled in different directions at this time. There's Cancer energy here now as well. And there's the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So work connection, this could be where this person has popped up in your life. That could be where they met you. You may not even be currently working with them, but I do feel like for the majority there is an aspect of seeing this person consistently, because that only adds fuel to the fire. As I said, I feel like this person could be higher up than you or be somebody who trained you even. So take that as it resonates. They could have trained you. We have here, slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold, number 9. And I feel like this person, they have a huge crush on you. They're not just your secret admirer. They have a huge crush on you, but it's been a very slow build. It's been a very long-standing feeling of attraction. And this slow down also speaks to perhaps their approach, because I don't feel like there's a lot of momentum moving forward. They're very curious, but this practicality is getting in the way. We have relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. And that's what they need to tap into here. The Eight of Wands, the 8 here of Swords. The 8 in Tarot for the Major Arcana is the strength energy. And that's what we're here to gain mastery over, is this limited perspective and giving in to some of the patterns that contribute to that perspective that actually keep us from entering into timelines that are meant for us. Back of the deck says, be willing to express love to receive love. And unfortunately, Spirit does say that this person is going to be incredibly passive towards you. They do not have a lot of follow through. So if you want any type of revelation here from this person, you may be the one who has to come forward with that revelation, if you know who this person is. And if you feel mutually, of course. Who is their secret admirer? What kind of thoughts does the secret admirer have about pile number 1, please? I do think about the future, and when I do, I like to think about you in it. And in the future position, they are very contemplative about decisions they have to make. But their decisions are being infringed upon by this perspective of restriction. I've been hurting without you. You have no idea. And you have no idea because they've been holding back. They've been keeping it a secret because they don't want to get caught for that feeling. But it's like the pressure is mounting. Even though we're not together, I just can't see myself letting you go. Attachment energy. And so this Four of Pentacles is not just their attachment to their realm, but their attachment to you. It's kind of like a hoarding type of energy. I've looked into tarot readings. Oops. And I've thought about living together. They like to fantasize about you, not just in the physical capacity, but they like to fantasize about that bridging a gap towards towards building upon your foundation. Back of the deck says, I love you. So I feel like they've invested enough of their focus towards you that they've bypassed some of the curiosity and they've moved into true affection as well. We have vulture. And the vulture is a symbol of not letting anything go to waste. It's like a scavenger energy, like picking off what's left. And we have the swan reflection. Now, the swan here is talking about liking each other equally, perhaps. It's an encouragement for us to go into a reflection period. And it's truly a sign even for your person to enter into that reflection period, to eradicate or remove themselves from any type of limited prison. I do feel like there could be a work connection here with the beaver on the back of the deck. And the beaver for me is also a very family-oriented creature. So I'm always thinking about that as well, about the family orientation of the beaver. So this person could be in the work realm, but they also could have a family. So please take that as it resonates. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. What was the very last thought that this person obsessed with pile number 1 thought about them? Who is their secret admirer? We have the Three of Swords. We have the Two of Wands. So you may have flirted with this person, or in the very least, playful chatter with this person too. I feel like that would be hot and cold with them. I feel like they get nervous doing that, so they pull back and they draw backwards. I do feel like there's a really strong sense of restriction here with this flirtation, and they are trying to self-preserve by being very passive towards you. So they thought about that. They thought about the expansion. They thought about the risk, and they thought about the consequences as well. In the bowl today, we have the letter D. We also have will. So that could be a name, actually, but it could also be their will being tested. Sorry about my throat. We also have the little kitty cat Leo energy, claiming our independence. The crescent moon, because that is their high priestess, that is keeping their truth hidden. We started out with the moon and the high priestess because this is all very hidden energy. They are your secret admirer. We have surrender, going with the flow, and we have transformation, but both of those charms are in a sideways limbo position. And so there's like an aspect of only halfway done our transformation. This is somebody that does feel very connected to you, and I feel like you were meant to cross this person's path. We have the open book reverse, so somebody who's not being honest, but I also think of commitments in the Bible. We have Aquarius energy and healing. And we have a commandment from the Bible that says, honor the Sabbath day. And I just got a message about work days on Sundays, so please take that as it resonates. Oh, we also have 2 little cards. The Two of Wands, flirtation, which we have in your bowl here. And we have the Four of Wands, so somebody who feels almost twin flame energy towards you, but they wear masks very heavily around you of confidence. Pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so. Also, I offer private readings through Etsy, and that link is below as well. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the red jasper or to the page of sweets here, and this is your reading. Who is your secret admirer? Who is constantly thinking about you from afar, perhaps, or just watching you secretly? Now, the page of sweets here is the page of swords. So this person could be watching you online. For instance, they could just be watching you in the world, and there could be a school connection here. Now, with the cupcake, there's an aspect of wanting my cake and eating it too, but there's also something about youthful energy. So this person could be pretty young. Again, you could go to school or work with this person at this time. And it's like they are afraid of revelation here. I also feel like maybe they're just going to be a watcher temporarily because this moon, it almost looks like the moon is blowing energy into it. So their intuition is trying to tell them to come up with some type of plan. Even at the bottom of this card, they're showing you the process of how to deconstruct a cupcake to make a sandwich out of it. So there's this aspect of making perhaps this person hiding in the background to make a plan towards you, but they're really taking their sweet time. So let's take a look here. Actually, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to use the Mystical Medleys Tarot for you to begin this reading. We have the Fool and we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out here. And this Fool looks like a little donkey. I feel like this person is the type of person that will sometimes stick their foot in their mouth in your environment. So they like it. They don't know how to get attention in a positive way. So they make ridiculous jokes, or because the Spirit just said jackass. So they might sometimes just say things that make them look like a jackass or something, but it's truly a reflection of their stress in the moment. It's like they overcompensate this person. You make this person exceptionally, exceptionally nervous. And these nerves make them perhaps, they feel silly around you, or they act like a jackass or something around you. So it's like the approach that they took before, that could be why they're deconstructing the cupcake, because the approach that they've taken in the past may have left you with a bit of a lack of a positive perspective on this person. But Spirit wants to shine a new light on them because they're just dealing with a lot of stress and ill-equipped. They're ill-equipped. They're inexperienced. Oh, we have the Ten of Swords. And this person is like not just your secret admirer. Like they are, I don't want to say obsessed with you, but they have focused upon you too much. There's the Page of Swords again. Focused upon you a lot, to the point where it's kind of disarmed them or left them with no energy to create any type of change. We have the Temperance. And look at the way that this Temperance energy is dressed. I feel like this person, again, I feel like, I don't want to say that they're an attention seeker, but I feel like they would do things that gets people's attention, because when we're looking for attention, it means we need attention. It means we need a little something in our heart space. And I feel like this person maybe tries to grab attention even with their wardrobe, even with their accessories. For instance, you look at the weird glasses on. There's just something that makes this person a bit of an attention grabber. But again, Spirit's trying to highlight a different perspective as why this person acts that way, because they're so insecure, because they are the type of person to really throw their hopes at something and then get dashed very easily, because this is like an over-emotional response to pain. So this person may have been rejected in the past, maybe a lot, and they're just really insecure about actually shooting their shot with you. Or they have zero experience and they're afraid to shoot their shot with you. So they're holding back because of fear. This person's such a nervous creature. They're overthinking, they're losing sleep. They're trying to be very careful about the approaches that they take with you now. It's like maybe in the past, again, maybe you rejected them, or maybe they started to flirt with you and it didn't turn out well. Because now they're like, I need to be more careful with my next approach. And maybe they've retreated a little bit from you. And they want to offer you the full spectrum of why this person, again, is like attention seeking or tries to get your attention in other ways, because they're trying to overcompensate for all of this worry and thinking. We have the Six of Pentacles. I do feel like there could be an institution involved here. It doesn't have to be the workaround, but I feel a very heavy school connection for someone watching. Here's the King of Cups, and look at this person staring through this telescope, being passive, turning their back towards their true emotion. And if they keep being passive, that ship behind them is going to sail right away. But they are watching you. They're watching you online. They're watching you in the environment that they know you. And to be honest with you, I feel like they've almost convinced themselves that they are like in love with you. Like they have a lot of emotional investment towards you too. Here's the Nine of Pentacles, and they think that you are gorgeous. They think that you're beautiful if you're the Divine Feminine. They think that you're super attractive if you're the Divine Masculine, and you distract them. But to be honest with you, it's not you distracting them, it's them distracting themselves with this consistent thoughts about you. Overthinking. And spending way too much time being passive. This would be the type of person that does like to control the situation. And again, this is just a reflection of their stress. I feel like they're a fast talker as well. It's like I don't feel like I can get a word in edgewise. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Star. We have the Two of Cups. This person has been hurt by love before. They are convinced that you're way out of their league, or that's the fear factor that's speaking to them. And part of this sort of crush energy that they have towards you, this obsession type of energy, they use as a bit of a crutch. So it's become a habit. I feel like there was a time in the past when you would have noticed this person kind of following you around or just always being around. And they wasted a lot of time in your presence in that way. They've had opportunity with you alone perhaps, or just opportunities speaking with you to be more vulnerable, but they just couldn't bring themselves to do it in that moment. And now this Emperor is supporting the Ten of Swords, and it begs the question, are our emotions controlling us, or are we controlling them? Because this Emperor, or I'm sorry, this Magician, it's like he can't grab hold of his perspective because it's such an over-emotional response. Now the Four of Swords is supporting the Temperance, which is a retreat energy. I do feel like this person has kind of taken a step back and they're watching you from afar. They may have followed you around in the past. Maybe they even asked you out for someone watching, or they hinted that they liked you and maybe you drew back a bit because of a bad first impression. Because there's a reality right now that's making them stay back on purpose. It's like they're kind of licking their wounds or preparing themselves perhaps for the worst, because I do feel like this person wants to communicate with you. I feel like they want to express something to you and they're feeling the pressure to do that. And it's like this feeling of like, if I never let them know, then I'll never know myself if they feel the same way. Or they don't anticipate positive results though, but they do have this pressure to say something to you, to communicate with you, to break a no contact period perhaps too. Who is their secret admirer? But they're planning something, and it's like they're afraid of the outcome. They're really overthinking the outcome. Yeah, this person might come forward with an offer, pile two. This person who is your secret admirer, who's obsessed, who's really thinking about you, might come forward with an offer. But they aren't 100% sold that it's going to be positive results. So they may have tried before, or they may have tried some type of approach to you before, but they've changed their approach, or they're in the midst of changing their approach. And that's what the Ten of Swords can really offer us. You know, it's a despair card, it's a loss card, but if we can make it through that dark night to the dawn of that day, we can formulate a new plan in the state of optimism, not in a state of despair, but when we can pull back our power from that moment of despair, we can formulate a new plan. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're watching, they're waiting for the perfect moment. We have the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands. You could be the air sign here. You could be the Aquarius energy, Gemini, maybe Libra. Really strong Aquarius coming through. They're so intimidated by you. It's like you have the power to ruin them, to end them. You have the power to break their hearts, and that's why they've been holding back. Because again, I feel like they've been hurt by love before. Who is your secret admirer, please? This person could have blue eyes. I feel a really strong sense of blue eyes from this person. And not an overly tall, divine masculine energy. I almost feel like the divine feminine might be a little bit taller or more statuesque in some way here. We have here camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perceptions, learning from the past and making memories. So this could have been somebody that, again, you were friends with, went to school with, and they may have had access to you in the past where they would have nostalgia to look back upon. But I also feel like they're watching you here. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. And they need time, takes time, but they're focused on progress. So although they're kind of in the midst of this really limiting perspective, that's not going to be permanent. There's only a temporary energy. It's just a moment of disconnect or a moment of imbalance that's perpetuated by their sense of helplessness right now. Like they feel a little bit helpless in the present moment. But I don't feel like that's going to last forever. Just saw religious factors. Could be a cultural difference between the two of you too. You have here engagement and healing family issues. Your love life is ascending to a new level of commitment. And we also have here, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And I don't feel like this person does. I feel like that's why they overcompensate the way that they do. I don't think they love themselves. And so their self-respect will make them way more attracted to you. So maybe you've come into contact with this person, and maybe they've already given you the inclination that they feel something, but maybe they just really left a sour taste in your mouth because of their actions or the way that they carried themselves. And so they're kind of blaming the past. They're kind of blaming their parents for how equipped they are at moving into abundant timelines with you. So this person could also be someone that came from like a divorced family, for instance. So please take that as it resonates. Let's get a couple of message cards to see what sort of thought this person is having. This person for pile 2, please, that is the secret admirer for pile number 2. What are some of their thoughts connected to pile number 2, please? Your secret admirer. I should have ran after you. So deep regrets. 5 of Swords reverse. I protected myself. Maybe they stuck their foot in their mouth with you during a conversation and you walked away, and they're just regretful of things that happened in the past, and they're worried about that affecting the future. I've kept so much of myself hidden, the High Priestess, not revealing how they truly feel about you. Oops, there's one that flipped. If I can find it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. It says here, I know I hurt you. 3 of Swords. So did this person hurt your feelings? Did they say something intentionally kind of rude? I feel like they stick their foot in their mouth a little bit. Oh, there was one flipped over. I had blinders on. The conflict here, the 3 and the 2 of Swords, I had blinders on. Protecting themselves. During conversations perhaps with you in the past. It's like in the past, their interactions with you were filled with self-preservation, and that may have given you a bad impression. We have the 6 of Cups. This could be a friend from specifically from your past that had hopes for relationship. It says, I want to get back what we had. So even if there's been conflict, even if their hidden agenda has come up to hurt you in some way, this person still wants more. They're still crushing on you. They're still kind of obsessed with you a little bit here, but they're like, in the very least, if we were friends before, I want to get back what we had. It's like this person does care about you, and they're worried. Is this really over? The 10 of Swords. I couldn't catch you because I fell too. And that was the problem, is that they were afraid of permanent change. The Tower talks about epiphanies that they've had because of this painful revelation, because of some way that they applied force to you in the past, or some way that they interacted with you in the past. They feel like disappointed you, soured your opinion of them in some way. So that could help you to distinguish who this person is. We have the Firefly. Pulsing light of the Firefly, but don't hold on too tight. A light in the dark. And we also have the Whale, so somebody who is not expressing themselves. If they don't, though, they're going to drown in emotion. If they don't say something, if they don't find the vulnerability that they've been trying to avoid with you in the past, then they can't hope to achieve their goals here. But there's a very strong water element to this person, so they definitely could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. We have Hummingbird on the back of the deck. I think about a fast mover. Again, somebody who moves fast, somebody who talks fast, and there's an aspect of bridging to joy very quickly, but having to change directions a little bit. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you. Let's get a charm bowl. The last thought that this person had about pile 2 in the bowl, please. King of Wands, not being ready, not feeling confident, not feeling vulnerable enough, or not wanting to tap into vulnerability enough to create change. And they're very regretful. It's like they already feel like they've lost opportunity, or they're stressed out about situations in the past that were disappointments. You guys could have even had maybe a slight argument as friends or something. Please take that as it resonates. But they were thinking about their lack of readiness, their lack of confidence, and worrying about what they've lost. We have the World, unfinished business. We do have the Hanged Man reversed. So I think of somebody who is in a little bit of a victim mentality when it comes to their perceptions here. We have you, and we have Watermelon. So I think about physical energy. We have the Sacred Heart of Mary in the bowl. So Mary could be a significant name, but also about the thorns among the roses. They feel like they've hurt your heart space. We have Butterfly of Transformation, a big one and a small one. And we have 2 owls. They're 2 small owls, which I do liken to divine feminine energy, so please take that as it resonates. You could both be air signs, or you could both be contemporaries in a school realm. We do have self-sacrifice and sweet results. We have friendship and playfulness with the dolphin. And we have the High Priestess for the divine masculine, so the curled shell. I also feel like this person has made an impression on your heart space already. I don't think it's a stranger to you. I think it might be an old friend or somebody that you would consider a friend in the past. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the yellow jasper, or to the constant here, and this is your reading. Who is your secret admirer? Who is obsessed with you in this moment? The constant here is talking about the 2 of Pentacles, actually, and it's this cross bacon here. And there's bacon here that's in the cross, and then there's also the bacon in the frying pan, and I think about out of the fire and into the frying pan. So there could be an aspect of this person delaying contact towards you, somebody who's holding space for you in maybe other environments. There could also be an aspect of work realm connection, but we'll look into that in a moment. They just feel like they're at this kind of crossroads when it comes to you. And bacon, I'm just getting the sense of it being really salty. So this crossroads isn't necessarily them in an abundant mindset. They know that they want to take some sort of action, but they don't know which path they're going to take at this time. So let's take a look here and see. I'm going to use this deck instead. I'm going to use the Anatomy Tarot for you today. So who is their secret admirer? For pile number 3, please. Oops. A bit of an explosion. The explosion produced the 9 of Cups and the Page of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is somebody who is crushing on you so hard. On this card, it says Wish Tonic, Love Potion. It says Joy Elixir and Bliss Brew as well, connected to the Page of Cups. Now in this Page of Cups energy, you can see the soft spot in the skull. It says Eternal Youth. So it could be that this person, you make this person feel young. You kind of hit a soft spot when it comes to the past, when it comes to youth. And there's like a wish surrounding you. We have the 5 of Swords. Who is your secret admirer, please? We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Swords. And there is something going on in this person's life, or in this person's situationship, maybe, because they could be in a relationship with the 6 of Pentacles. This could be a work connection, perhaps. But there's a reality here that bothers them, and there's a reality that makes them feel like they have to worry, and why they perhaps are holding off taking any sort of action towards you. So this person is crushing on you. They're your secret admirer, but there's a reason why they're your secret admirer, I think. This is the type, this person didn't think about the consequences in the past, before they came into fruition. It's like they thought it would be easier to perhaps walk away. They just didn't think about the karmic wheel here. We have the Five of Pentacles and we have the Two of Cups, and there's yarrow on this bottle, which is a wild carrot. It's like something that gets dangled in front of me. So there's a feeling about temptation here, but I do get an overwhelming sense that this person's afraid of loss. Even with the hand, it looks like it's been chopped off. It's like they're afraid of stealing something that doesn't belong to them. So you could be in another relationship, for instance, or they could be, but there's something practical that gets in the way here, because there's a temptation and a reality that grieves them about why they have to remain your secret admirer as opposed to your admirer. They are really concerned about the opinions of other people, which is why they're holding back. We have the Ten of Wands and we have the Sun. Knight of Wands. It could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But this Knight of Wands who feels very impulsive towards you and wants to take action, they could be somebody who literally has like light hair, like red hair, strawberry blonde hair, so to speak. This is somebody who perhaps really likes movement, likes travel. But it's supporting this conflict that they feel, because they're worried that if they follow you, they could lose everything. And that's what I'm really feeling. It's like, if I follow you, if I give in to my desires, if I put down my wands and I charge forward and be vulnerable, I could lose everything. We have the Page of Swords coming in the reversal, and they are afraid of legal issues within the environment that they know you. So they could be afraid of a kind of not listening to some sort of notes of propriety when it comes to the work realm, maybe the home realm, because they keep saying, I'm worried, they're worried about having a legal issue coming in. Six of Pentacles. And the karmic wheel turning. They're worried about karmic loops. And so this person gives you the impression perhaps that they don't care, or it's like they don't give a lot of clues perhaps in the environment that they know you. And the truth is that even if they're trying to protect this environment, they feel like an emotional beggar there in some way. They just don't feel like they're, as much as it's a practical security, it doesn't seem to offer a lot of emotional support. And they do feel like the foundations are what's controlling them, because they're showing me the magician's fingers up and down. It's like so above, so below. And so they're thinking about this Three of Pentacles energy, their foundations really stopping improvement or controlling them in some way. Now, there is blockages for this person. They're not truly seeing that they have the power to move themselves out of anything that's restricting in this present moment. Because it's like this Five of Swords is very self-preserving. This Two of Swords as well, very self-preserving. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is an aspect of communication, so you may be actively communicating to this person or communicating within the realm that you know them, for instance, if it's a work connection. There's the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands, because they are either interested in communicating with you, but it's a huge risk. But I feel like they could be sort of seeing you in the work realm or seeing you out in the world in some way. This Queen of Swords came out in the second pile as well. So the very strong emphasis on Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. And they are kind of intimidated by you. It's like sometimes when the Queen of Swords pops up like this, they could be waiting for a sign from you that it's okay to approach, especially if you're the one invested in practical realms, or perhaps it's mutual, because there's two Six of Pentacles here. So this could be a mutual energy. You could both be on a very mirrored practical paths. And that could be why the attraction feels so strong, because it's almost like they're waiting for a sign from you before they have the willingness to be more abundant with you, or to be more vocal. They do feel like perhaps you're holding back as well. So they feel like it could be very mutual energy between the two of you, this person. Who is your secret admirer, please? We have the chaser in a codependent relationship who has a fear of abandonment issues. And we have cassette, outdated thinking, and we're playing things over and over in our mind. We also have girl with the snake, Empath and narcissistic paradigm, being charmed or used, enabler boundaries. Whenever I see the Five of Swords, I do sometimes think of narcissistic qualities. That doesn't mean this person's a narcissist, but it does mean that they perhaps apply some of that reasoning to their conflicts. It's like they'll self-preserve at any cost, keep themselves safe at any cost. And that's an old timeline. And sometimes we get inspired in other realms because Spirit's trying to break those perspectives in us. They're trying to help us to achieve a new perspective and a new timeline. We have here abundance, keeping a positive mindset, manifesting exactly what you want. And we do have twin flame energy. So balance, coupling, and liking each other equally. I do feel like there could be a very strong sense of maybe flirtation during that communication between the two of you. But I also think it's very mutual how you feel about each other. So you may have kind of a crush on this person too, this secret admirer. It may not be as secret as he thinks that it is. Who is your secret admirer, please, for pile number 3? We have here, turn on your heart light. Number 36, reflect on a time when you experienced love. And the truth is that I feel like they can't really read you as far as how you feel. So they could be hoping that you'll give them a clue. We have here, the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. And back of the deck says, miracles and blessings, everything has its gift. Number 13. Now the 13 is emphasizing the death cycle. And sometimes that requires some sort of sacrifice before we move into abundance. Who is your secret admirer? Who's thinking obsessively about pile number 3? Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. Now, I'm not getting the overwhelming sense of reunions here, so I don't feel like it's necessarily in no contact at this time. But I do feel like this person has retreated with their feelings for you. And it looks like these two people are dressed in marriage clothes, so that could be the reason why they hold back. We have very, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And that's what they are in the midst of right now with this constant, with the Two of Pentacles energy, is that they feel that they're at sort of a very salty crossroads. Because on one hand, they can go towards you, but on the other hand, they lose something practical. So they're trying to clearly decide what they want. And heart-to-heart conversations they feel are very needed. It says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other on the back of that deck. Let's get a couple of message cards here from this person to see what sort of thoughts they're having about you. The person that is obsessed, or the person that is the secret admirer for pile number 3, please. What are some of their current thoughts about pile 3? I'm scared to face you. Says, I'm ready to fight for this, the 5 of Wands, but it's almost like they just want a fair fight. And we have the 9 of Swords reversed. I'm a smug son of a bee. It's like they want a fair fight. And it's like they want solutions now. They're frustrated that they have to hold back. But that's the thing, is that they're preparing for something, but I don't feel like they're ready to fight for things. That's why the 5 of Wands may have came in the reverse. Whoops. I'm afraid to look bad. I'm afraid to take my masks off. I'm afraid to look bad to other people. I'm still trying to make sense of all things. I'm trying to rely on my logic to lead me. I was so unfair to you, justice energy. I do feel like there's an emphasis on position, and that doesn't have to be work realm related, but the two of you could have mutual positions in the practical realm. So you could both be in relationships, for instance. So please take that as it resonates. Who is secretly obsessed? We have here, I should have ran after you, 5 of Swords. There is a really strong emphasis on maximizing, or minimizing, I should say, minimizing the outcome, or minimizing the consequences to themselves with the 5 of Swords. Like, again, gaslighting energy, somebody who prioritizes their own safety. They are being pulled in 2 different directions at this time, but they really wish for a fresh start or a seed of opportunity when it comes to you. But within that Page of Pentacles energy, there's always that risk factor. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Who is your secret admirer, what is their last thought that they had about pile 3? Oops, we have the Page of Swords. We have the 9 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. It's all sort of in a sideways limbo state. There's somebody who is holding back, so they were really thinking about you. They were watching you as they were having this thought and holding back. But they're holding themselves back also from a peaceful outcome, from expression, and from perhaps new perspectives and new beginnings. So it's like, how long will they make themselves wait? You're also thinking about sort of hitting a bit of a brick wall when it comes to you. Now, here is a Monopoly piece with the boot, I think of the Divine Masculine, and a Monopoly over his position. And it's like right next to the shoe is the honeybee. So this person could be in another connection. So please take that as it resonates. We do have the dime here. I think about the 10th of any month, October. I also think of the 6 of Swords and somebody who wants clarity or peace. Someone wearing a mask. We have here the 2 swans, and swans mate for life. So there's a feeling of twin flame energy, air elements for both of you. So you may both be air signs, for instance. We do have the Divine Feminine Stiletto heel, looking at things from a higher perspective and embracing an in-between period. We have the Key. We have the Syringe, so addiction almost, and we have Hanger, so being hung up and addiction, and key to our prison or key to our perspective here as well. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.